inflation is coming down, and yet you still want a significant pay rise. How are we justifying that?
I think after 4 years without a pay rise, Kay, I think we can justify it. I think, as you know, I spoke to you before, like other key workers, rail workers did their jobs during the pandemic. And the cost of living crisis hits everyone. And what we seem to have is a government that wants to take all our terms and conditions for a 20% pay cut. That isn't going to happen.
You're saying 4% isn't enough. How much is enough?
Well, when we get a deal that's acceptable, we'll let you know. But at this moment in time, we went back into talks after the deceit at Christmas and experienced more deceit. We sat there for months, scoped out our red lines, and then they put all our red lines into a deal to deliberately make it fail. This is a government and a group of people that do not want a resolution to this strike.
When was the last time you held talks with the government?
I haven't seen anyone from the government since January the 6th.
And why do you think that is?
They're not interested, they don't care, and they don't want a resolution to this dispute.
What do you want to say to the Transport Secretary this morning, then?
I want the Transport Secretary to take the shackles off the people that we're dealing with and allow us to get a resolution to this so we can get back to doing our day jobs.
How long could these strikes continue for, Mick?
Well, unfortunately, Kay, I retire in 3 years. Hope it's sorted by then.
You're saying that half in jest, I'm guessing.
I am. Look, we want a resolution tomorrow if we can get one. Nobody wants to be losing money. Nobody wants to be on strike. We want to get our timetables back. We want rail at the centre of green revolution. We won't be talking about things I've been talking about for the last 12 years, not what I've had to talk about for the last 14 months.
What do you have to say to people who won't be able to get to work today, or perhaps to the Cup final at the weekend or the Derby?
So look, we represent ordinary working people. We want people to get about and do their business. We want leisure traffic to grow. We want the railways to come back. But we are not at fault here. These are government-led strikes. I don't have a problem in Scotland. I don't have a problem in Wales. We don't have a problem in freight. We don't have a problem in open access. We don't have a problem on the tube or the overground. We've got a problem with Westminster, who will not allow a deal to be struck.
You're saying 4% isn't enough, though, Mick, but you won't tell me what is.
Well, nobody's come to the table with something that's viable. And this isn't 4% straight. And bearing in mind inflation, this is a 2-year deal. So the first year inflation was 13.8. So that's a 10% pay cut. And last year we reached a high of 13.4, and it's still north of 10%. So for a 20% pay cut, people will take all our terms and conditions away. That isn't viable.
Yeah. As you say, though, the government has left you to it. They're no longer interested in having conversations with you as far as you're concerned. So we've reached a bit of a stalemate, haven't we?
Well, it is. Only the government can break the stalemate. We are able to talk at any time to find a way out of this. We want a resolution sooner rather than later. We do not want to be here. The 20 or 30 people standing behind me on the picket line do not want to be here today. They'd much rather be at work. They do not want to be losing money.